I'm gonna put myself into
Okay.
Old Tommy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm going. Oh, look at what's happening to me. Oh, Tommy. Oh, Tommy. Oh, look at me, Tommy.
What the?
Is that? Oh, look at me. I'm so small. Oh, Tommy. Somebody help me, Tommy. Tommy, look at me. Oh, this. Oh, wait a minute.
I love how you ruined your own shot, Bobby. We could see you from
Martin,
we see your shoulder right
your shoulder.
well, that's that forced perception right there. Here, let me
Forced perspective.
Perspective, yeah. Wait, but hold on. Let me do it again. Make sure my shoulders out the way.
There you go.
Pew, 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 pew.
It's like take two.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Oh, okay.
Hey, is that better? Is that good, Tommy? Oh, look at me. Oh my God, I'm so small. Look at me. Oh, I feel so small and tiny. Oh, so insignificant. Hey, Tommy, this is good for you, buddy. You like this? See something you like? All right.
That's better.
Whoa! Whoa, boy!
Did you see him, Marty? He was like this small.
I can't believe the effects budget we got.
I like the Marvel movies, and I'm into talking about Ant-Man. It is more of a lighthearted film. We have the character of Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd, and he's a petty thief in the movie. Oh, he's just fucking up. Ain't got nothing going on. Going to jail, going back to his wife talking about, baby, how come I can't see my own daughter? She's like, because you're a fucking criminal, that's why. The hell, you think I'm gonna let my daughter hang around you? But somebody has been watching Scott. A certain Hank Pym has been watching him, and he says,
What was that name again?
I'm sorry, man.
Hank Pym.
What is his?
No, you
Did
got
I get
it right.
it
You
right?
got it right. I'm not correcting you on your
Oh, okay.
pronunciation.
Because I don't know these funny books like you, Martin. But
seriously.
But good old Howard Pym. Did I get Hank Pym? Hank Pym has been watching Scott, and he says, you know something? Somebody wants my technology, and if they get it, this could have terrible effects on the world. Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas. And he says, this guy who's fucking up his life, I could probably find an opportunity for him to use his skills so that he can not only save the world, but also save his relationship and gain the love and trust of his daughter. This is part of the Marvel universe, for those of you who don't know. And that means we've seen a lot of these characters. With the Marvel universe, Martin, especially the cinematic universe, they've asked a lot of us, Martin. They've asked us to buy guys who turn to big green monsters, gods.
Right.
A guy whose suit can do practically anything. Mm-hmm. A talking raccoon and tree.
A man that was frozen for decades.
A man that a nerd that was turned into a jock in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
But this shit, this might be the first one where they've pushed the limits, man.
Whoa.
Over a talking raccoon.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I know that sounds crazy. Marvel has pushed those limits. They have pushed, and all the while I've enjoyed the pushing, Martin. And now it's finally got to the point where I'm like, hey, you need to get your fucking hands off me. No, don't push me that. Don't push me that hard.
So here's where you snapped.
It kind of is. It's a lot of things with this movie that just makes it seem like this is the first time where Marvel has done something where it doesn't really seem to click with everything else that they've done. This is not a bad movie. I mean, there are certain things in here that work very well. I mean, if nothing else, what are we coming to see this movie for? And for anybody who's not in the comic books, Martin, like you other people out there, you're coming to see the special effects. You want to see a special effects movie. And that's the cool thing about this film. I say it's one of the most impressive things about it is that, you do get to see average objects, average environments turned into another world. And it's probably the most effective use of shrinking effects that I have seen to date. What the fuck?
The world sure seems different from down here, doesn't it, Scott?
What? Who said that?
Scott, did you have sex with my wife?
He's like, that's a big ass Mexican.
El Chapo.
Hell yeah. Shit, this shit right here. This is like this is Donald Trump's nightmare right here. What you say, man? I heard that shit.
It's a trial by fire, Scott. Or in this case, water.
No.
It's like, what the fuck, man? I thought you needed me.
Guess you're tougher than you thought.
You know, why don't you quit talking shit and help me?
Yeah.
You know, you obviously see what's happening. If you need me so much, why are you trying to kill me? That's one of the things that I don't understand with those people who say, I need you. You're the only person for the job. And to test you out, I'm going to try to kill you.
Well, he didn't steal the suit out of Michael Douglas's house. So, if somebody stole some shit from you, you tell me you're not going to trash talk them for a while.
You know, that's true. He did break into his house, so he's just kind of fucking with him this time. You're like, oh, you like to steal shit, huh? Yeah, got in a little over your head now, didn't you? But this is the first time I think that I have to call bullshit on a superpower.
The place where I would call bullshit. It's like with so many things, there's something you like, to get this, I got to let this go. And it's one of these things where he shrinks, but he still has a solid density. As you can see when he hit the floor and broke it.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, if he's that dense, why is the water pushing him along? That little bit of water. It constantly does that back and forth. And you kind of have to decide, am I going to go with it and have fun? Or am I going to sit there going, check?
And you know what, Martin? You're right. I mean, look, you're probably thinking I'm nitpicking right now. The Hulk has his transformations, and when he changes, his dick is always covered up. You know, pants never break. We also have, like I said, Iron Man. His suit can do anything whenever he needs to get out of trouble. He can just build something on the spot.
Hey,
Thor has his hammer.
Black Widow's ability not to pull shit out of her socket when she jumps up.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
like crazy
you know,
shit.
I mean, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah, it's a whole list.
All these powers are crazy. So why are you talking about this? Well, first of all this stuff looks cool. All this stuff looks badass. Ant-Man, Scott Lang, his costume, that suit just doesn't say it merits that kind of power that he has.
Really? I like the suit.
I do too.
I even like the helmet.
I'm okay, but you know what? The thing is, I'm not hard on it. It's just like I'm just not that impressed. I'll be honest with you, but I'm not hard on it. It's like, hey, as long as it shrinks, who cares? You know, as long as we get to see the cool effects, right?
Yeah.
This is a guy who he hangs out with ants. I mean, hangs out with them like they're friends. And the ants, they hang out with him. They talk to him. They act like dogs, like pets. They talk to him their little ant language.
They're kind of cute. Whoa.
Now hold on.
Man, don't do that.
Now, if we're pulling out bullshit cards, when we saw the trailers and he was running with ants, I was worried about how you're going to react, and you were excited about it.
I'm talking about they hanging out with him like they're homeboys. They got names.
No, he names them. It's not like they're sitting around playing cards.
No, because they keep using the same ones. This is what I'm saying. So they hang out together all the time, and they can fucking teleport. The ants just bring up too many questions. They can teleport because wherever he goes, it's the same ants that pop up because he calls them by name. And the ants apparently pay their electric bills on time because every time he goes into their tunnels, it's always well lit. They can see everything that's going on.
When you bring up legitimate beefs, I will be there to back you up. But you are in total nitpick
This
territory.
beef is not to your liking right here. You don't like the flavor of the beef?
No. This is standard movie stuff. You come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. How come it's doing that?
You know, okay, Tom.
Are you just fed up with cliches all of a sudden?
You know what? I'm probably nitpicking a little bit because the fucking ants just don't. That's where I just say, hey, man, this is kind of crazy. I mean,
it's a part of his power.
What's
the name of this movie? I forgot.
Ant-Man, I know.
Oh, okay.
And a guy that hangs out with ants,
It's weird.
That's where it gets a little too weird for me. It's getting. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
The talking raccoon wasn't weird, but this is weird.
Man, you got a point. I sure hope they don't have Aquaman hanging out with fish.
And Aquaman, oh god damn, were you dragging me into this fucking nerdy ass conversation? When Aquaman talks to the fish, they don't be going like, oh, okay, Aquaman, you know, they're just kind of like fish who are just following him.
Okay, but you're giving people the idea that these ants are anthropomorphic and they talk, and they are neither.
And that's the other thing. He brings in all these ants from different colonies, and we know what happens when we start mixing ants. I mean, we used to do this. We used to start ant gang fights when we were kids. You know, mix some other ants with another ant colony and watch them fight.
Who are you, the Dutch?
All these fucking ants, man. All these ants hang out together. You know, if Ant-Man came up, some ants would be like, whoa, who's this motherfucker right here you brought in here? And in fact, what the fuck you doing here?
Yeah.
And they would kill him.
Yeah, except Ant-Man has that little pimp sensor that says, hey, you calm the fuck down, you calm the fuck down, do what I say.
Yeah, look,
You're
man.
breaking my heart right now because this is like my most anticipated movie of the summer.
Oh, for real?
Yes. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I would probably not be so critical of it, but it's just that this power doesn't seem to blend.
So it's the power that's bothering you.
Well, it's not even the power. It just doesn't seem to blend with the other Avengers because in this movie, they do tons of cameos here.
Who the hell are you? I'm Ant-Man. Ant-Man.
Even he's like, really? Really, man, I work with a lot of silly motherfuckers, but this is just stupid, right? I mean, this is it doesn't feel it's not gelling with me.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know how it could gel with you because they've gone out of their way. I mean, one of the things about this movie being lighthearted and even silly is because they realize it, they recognize it, and they play off it. They don't miss an opportunity to go like, yeah, we know he's one of the staple characters. We're going to work it in as best we can.
And you're right. I know that they have to put him in there because all those fucking hardcore nerds out there, they're like, well, you know, Ant-Man was an Avenger. You got to put him in there. So they force him in there. And to me, it just doesn't feel like, oh, man, I'm using a word I don't even like to use. I hear people say it all the time. It doesn't feel organic. Paul Rudd has the goofy charm to pull this off. Mm-hmm. He really does. And while I don't even think that they let him go as far as it could. I mean, under the staple of Marvel, you don't see Paul Rudd being Paul Rudd to his fullest, or that actor being the kind of actor that can take this kind of material and make it what it should be. But he's good. He's good. But it's the supporting characters that I'm not really crazy about. Okay. Michael Pena just takes this he takes something that could be humorous and, this is the funny movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He takes this way to a more cartoony level than it should be.
Kurt, how is in this guy? Luis.
Oh man, you know it. You know what? I get to wear a uniform. That's what's up.
Luis.
I'm sorry. I'm good. I'm just excited. And plus, your girlfriend's really hot, so that makes me nervous too. And you are very beautiful, ma'am.
Oh my lord.
You can stop now.
Yes, please. Yeah, you could stop that shit a long time ago.
It's a weird thing with Michael Pena because he's that character all the time. And when he first comes in, it's a surprise that they would have him be, this lighthearted.
Yeah.
This kind of cartoonist. But it's fun at first. It really is like, oh, okay. And he's actually funny seeing him like he's almost like a little kid.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Michael Pena, in a role like this in forever. But it's too much.
There's a part in here where they got to go into this facility protected by the bad guys. And the bad guys are all armed with guns. They're trained. I mean, they're corporate security guys. Yeah. Right. Michael Pena just goes through punching them, just knocking motherfuckers out. Knocking motherfuckers out left and right.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I call an unfortunate casualty in a very serious operation.
It's like, okay, so when you gonna join the Avengers? So why do we even have Ant-Man? Why don't we have Pena Man, a Mexican man or whatever? I'm like, hey, sometimes you go a little too far.
Why are they hiring guards from Glassjaw Security?
Yeah, all of them. All of them got the nickname Glassjaw. Just knocking motherfuckers out left and right. But now we're beginning to see the movie take follow a certain formula, and the villains they're getting more watered down as we go. They've never really been strong on a lot of villains, but here Corey Stoll.
You tried to hide your suit from me. Now it's gonna blow up in your face.
And your face does not look villainous, and he is C-grade villain too.
It's not there on the page. You can see him trying. He's trying to bring that.
He's trying.
He's bringing the psychosis to it. You're going like, man, there's something wrong with this dude. But they don't write enough to give you a strong motivation for why he's doing what he's doing.
He's the yellow jacket, and so that's his thing in the movie where he wants to take the technology and sell it to the highest bidder. But if he just quit trying to like piss off Hank Pym, could have got away with it. It was like the villain of Scooby-Doo. I could have got away with it too, but wasn't fucking around with you damn kids. I know I've said a whole lot of negative things here, but let me get to the positive because I did enjoy this movie in parts. It wasn't cohesive enough like other Marvel movies that I really enjoy. And I'm going to tell you something. Being that this is a movie with a different tone, and I will even say being that it is a movie that doesn't seem like it doesn't fit within the Marvel universe, the climax to this movie, this is probably the most creative thing that the Marvel Universe has ever done.
Now, you got to admit, because you always talked about how these movies always end with a big battle in the sky.
Yeah.
And this one chose not to do that.
No, this one did not at all.
As a matter of fact, it did something in that battle that was like at a point where you're like, okay, I can see how this movie's going to be. And it did something really cool and unexpected.
Yeah. Like I told you, the movie is very creative. I mean, its biggest strength is playing with this environments where, when Scott Lang shrinks, when Paul Rudd shrinks, try not to smile at a villainous battle being done in a little girl's room with toys. The last part of this movie is the most creative thing that Marvel has done in a while. To date, I have yet to see them do anything as imaginative as what they've done here. And everybody in the theater, by the time it was done, people were laughing. And it's almost like a mini movie within itself. I mean, it's well paced. One thing just keeps happening on top of another. And a lot of people are wondering how much did this have to do with the director that they have now, who is Peyton Reed.
I think it's
Peyton Reed, who did Anchorman. That's why you see Paul Rudd in here. But everyone knows that at one time Edgar Wright, he
gets story credit on this.
He gets story credit.
There's parts where you can see Peyton Reed trying to do Edgar Wright,
and it don't work.
You know what? It shows you, what skill Edgar Wright has. It's like, yeah, man, you ain't him. You need to not even try. I don't know if you did it as homage or because you thought this would be the way to go.
I hate to be that guy because I came in and said, I'm going to give the movie a chance. I'm not going to be one of those guys who goes after Peyton Reed because Edgar Wright got kicked off.
No, I didn't either. But the more I watched this, the more I couldn't help it going like, man, y'all fucked up by firing Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
It might not have been your, quote unquote Marvel movie, but it would have stood out as something unique where you're like, man, this is, you know what? It might not be like the others, but I love it too.
Everybody thought Michael Douglas was going to be Robert Redford, and there's not a whole lot for him to do in the film.
You know what, man? I mean, I know it's me, but I think he brought something to it. But at the same time, it felt like between him and Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd, they were there to have fun with it, but even they didn't take it that serious.
Michael Douglas is not bad. I just...
for an actor of his caliber, they could have done so much more with him.
Evangeline Lilly, though, she's not very good in the film, if you ask me.
You're like a bullet. You punch too hard, you kill someone too soft, it's a love tap. In other words, you have to know how to punch.
I was in prison for 3 years. I know how to punch.
Show me. Terrible.
You want to show me how to punch? Show me.
That's how you punch.
She's there just for romantic tension. There's a lot of stuff in the movie where she's not utilized that well either, and which worries me because they're building her up to be more important in the film. I'll say this much. It's not a bad film at all. I had fun with it. And as a family film, if you just take it as its own and separate it from the rest of the other movies, it's fine. It's only until you think about it that where you try to put that into the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the other people that it starts to feel out of place. And
how much has like the recent shit that we've been seeing, like from DC and a much darker tone, superhero movies? Like, did that affect you in any way?
No, because I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Okay, I'm just saying.
DC's doing that thing. Marvel's doing that thing.
Just the thought of something not so family friendly.
The only thing that I would think is, I hope that them being owned by Disney, this isn't an indicator of how these are going to go. I like the movie. And I enjoyed it. And you really do kind of have to separate yourself from the rest of the films. And I liked it enough. Oh boy, I liked it enough. Let me demonstrate radio. Oh, I liked it enough to give it a good matinee. Oh, and you can tell that this is a nice heavy matinee, Martin. I don't want to. I'm gonna put that shit down. Boy, that affects money, boy. Yeah. I want to thank y'all for that SoundCloud money.
Everything most of everything you're saying is right on. I think for people, how you feel about this movie coming out is going to be what your expectations are going in. For me, it hit right about where I expected. Maybe I had hoped for a little better, but not much. I always thought this will probably be how it is. And like you, I enjoyed it a lot more than I didn't. As a matter of fact, just looking back at it, I really enjoyed all the parts where he shrank. I don't look at it as divorced from the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it did feel more like a Disney movie than a Marvel movie when it comes down to it. But I feel like I liked it better than you, and yet I still think more like a low matinee for it.
Okay, damn. How did we come across that?
I don't know.
Damn, that's what I was saying. I thought yours was going to be way lower than his.
I did too.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've waned my enthusiasm quite a bit.
Now you can go in and enjoy it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Just go in there low.
Yeah.
Low expectations,
I might have
man. Low expectations.
You saying it's like a Disney movie frightens the hell out of me.
Well, I mean, like one of the better ones, not some bullshit movie.
Tommy,
it's just so family. I mean, not family friendly. It's very light. It's like it's all about just being a light, fun movie.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't want that with superheroes. I think it's fine to have that. But yeah, just make sure with your expectations you shrink them.
You were saying something.
Anyway, wish I could shrink right now and punch the fuck out of you.